So anyway, we're moving on. Final topic of Behind the Pen.
Bears.
Final topic, and it's always, you know what, man?
Bears.
We're a week away, under a week away from training camp.
About 50 days away from the season.
Oh, man. The best time of year is football season. It's always football season. But, oh, man, I'm so excited. I bring up the Bears, though, because, Ricky, you actually introduced me to something that Matt Forte said, and I want to hear what Matt Forte said. Cool. So if you could...
I'm pulling them up.
Oh, you have it?
I'm trying to pull them up right now as we speak.
You know what? When you pull it up, just interrupt me as you always do. No big deal. Look, I'm really excited about the Bears, but we're going to talk about some outside stuff that's going on. Charles Tillman retired, and good for him. I don't know if you saw the YouTube video that he posted introducing the fact that he's going to retire.
Great.
It's pretty funny.
So great.
Maybe it lasted a little longer than I would have liked. And it doesn't beat the Jared Allen retirement where he just rode into the sunset on a horse. That was epic. No, but yeah, Charles Tillman's retired, and he's going to sign a one-day contract today, actually, and retire as a Bear. So that's really awesome. Whether or not he's a Hall of Famer, that's up for debate. I think he's a Hall of very, very good. But I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer.
He's signing a one-day contract?
He is.
I did
to
not
retire
hear about
as a Bear.
that.
Yes, that's what's happening.
Because technically, if he didn't do that, he'd retire a Panther, right?
Yeah, because that was the last team he played for.
There's nothing bad about that, but it's a Bear.
He spent his entire career with the Bears.
He's a Bear.
Yeah.
And I do have the quote from Matt Forte.
Please read it to all of us.
This is quoting from LarryBrownSports.com. They said, this is Forte, and I quote, "At first you're like, why wouldn't they want a guy who's done everything right, has been productive since the beginning? But then you look at it, the business side of it, and you realize you're just a jersey number to them." And it's like I started to separate from that feeling of where I'm mad about it or angry and start to kind of cope with the feeling that eventually I'd be somewhere else, end quote. And that's something where Matt Forte kind of knew the end was coming, that he would be in a different uniform, not the Chicago Bears.
You know, I really respect Matt Forte, and I've respected every single thing he's done for the Chicago Bears organization. Outside the organization, his charity efforts, as well as his performance on the field, especially on the field. This guy was a powerhouse. And I respect him even more for coming out and say this, because, look, he's honest. He's being honest. It is a business, and it's unfortunate.
And that's all Matt Forte's ever been, is honest.
And you know what? He's always right on the money. You know, last season when they were asking him, "Oh, where were you for this and that?" He spelled it out for you, and he was always honest with you. And that's the word of the day, is honest for Forte. But look, that's how it is. And he was just being genuine there. And look, people might be turned off about this comment. Overall, man, he's just telling it like it is.
Well, it's weird because I can see both sides from Forte and the Bears, because Matt Forte's sitting there going, what else do you want me to fucking do for you? I've basically put myself on the line for this team and bled for this team for X amount of years, and he's really been the bright spot to this Bear team. I mean, last year was kind of at under 1,000 yards, but I mean, except for two seasons, 2011 and 2019. 2019? Or 29, I should say. 2009.
2009. That was his second season. He got hurt that year.
He had 929 and 997. That 97 year. The 2011 was when he only played 12 games. Okay. But only 3 times was he under 1,000 rushing yards. However, from the Bears side, I could see it to where you're getting towards that magical number of 30, and for a running back, do we really want to pay out when they'd probably give him like a 3-4 year contract, then he's 34 by the end of it, but is he going to be productive that entire contract? Because 30 is the age where, unless you're Adrian Peterson, things start to deteriorate in your body.
Right, sure. And
I mean, even look at LeBron in the NBA, how much his body has changed since he's gotten older.
It's a different sport there, Ricky, damn it. But
the bodies are the same.
Well, yeah, everybody's body deteriorates.
We're all in meat sacks that kind of break down until we die.
Well, that's obvious. But like what I'm saying with Forte, this whole situation with him not coming back to the Chicago Bears, it was a foregone conclusion, like we said. It was almost
everybody knew it was going to happen.
And because look at what the Bears did. And even the position of running back, it's replaceable. There's tons of value there in the running back position.
And they had Jeremy Langford right behind him.
You have Langford ready. You can use Carey in different sets.
Look at that.
They drafted Howard.
Talking about 2 Michigan State guys on the podcast today, and Denzel and Langford.
Wow, cool, Ricky. Thanks for throwing that in there.
There's your fun fact of the day.
Anyway, what was I saying? Running backs. Bears have that. And I don't know how productive you're going to, because these guys are still young, especially Howard hasn't taken an NFL stab yet. I think he's going to be successful. His skill set really fits what the Bears want to do, especially if they use 3 running backs. Look, do you want to invest, like you said, all that money into an aging running back? No, it's just not going to happen. And no matter how valuable you are, unless you're Adrian Peterson. So,
well, and he's the only, I was thinking about that today because I was looking at it and I'm like, wow, AP's 31, and you never thought that kind of like, oh, AP's kind of getting over that 30 age mark might deteriorate because he's AP. I mean, he's the guy that came back from an ACL injury and had the best season ever for a running back in his lifetime. However, Matt Forte's not AP.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the Bears season. And that's just flat out. I'm so excited for the NFL. But
can I ask you a question about the Bears?
I guess.
Mark Weber of the Onside Kick likes to throw out, and he kind of says it jokingly, but I don't think he's that much joking about it. He says, and I quote, NFL teams usually like to make the Super Bowl in year 2 of a John Fox tenure. Could the Bears be seriously thinking Super Bowl this year?
Yeah, of course. That's the goal.
Even with Jay Cutler as a quarterback?
Absolutely. That's why he's going to stay.
I know you're a Jay Cutler fan.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into this, but I'm just going to tell you that you can suck one. Hey, Ricky.
Could get Kirk Cousins after this season.
Possibly. I like Kirk Cousins a lot, but I also like Jay Cutler. So I think they're not in the worst position at quarterback at all. I think they have.
Well, you could have Joey Harrison.
I think they have a very talented guy running the helm who's very capable of winning Super Bowl, and I'm excited to see them do it next year. Super Bowl, Super Bears, baby. Shout out Mark Weber.
Hey, you could have Geno Smith as your quarterback.
All right, overall, we're going to end this Bears conversation and this podcast because we are rattling off. I'm sorry to keep you here all day, I guess. But, hey, I hope we entertained you a little bit at least. But, yeah, final thoughts on the Bears. Charles Tillman, it's going to be awesome. I'm really happy for him. It's great that he's retiring a Bear. Look, when he first came up with the Bears, I didn't really like him. I thought he was just poo.
He was the guy where my entire...
But he's a legend now in Bears history.
It's my entire childhood, I want to say, because...
You grew up watching Tillman punching footballs out of them.
Well, it wasn't because I was it was weird. Earlier as a kid, I didn't really have a fandom until like 7 because it's like you kind of like follow whatever your friends do. And then in 97,
wow.
it's
have your own opinion, Ricky.
Like I used to be a White Sox fan when I was like a wee little one because all my friends were White Sox fans. And my dad took me to a Cub game and I went, fuck that shit. I like this shit better.
Figure it out, Ricky.
And with the Bears, it was so he came in 03. I was a little bit older by then, almost in high school, junior high school. And it's like that was when I was revving up I've already liked football for a couple of years, starting to get that just more interest in it. And we'd be out there playing pickup football. And what's everyone doing on defense?
The peanut punch?
Trying to punch the ball out of that pocket. I would have Dave playing against me where he would try to do the peanut punch, but it would just end up being a kidney punch.
Ouch.
So he would just hit you right in the kidney.
Yeah. No, overall, Charles Tillman is going to go down in history as one of the best cornerbacks the Bears have ever had.
One of the top 5 Bear cornerbacks, I'd say.
For sure. And also...
Argue me about that in the comment section.
Nah, you're wrong. We love you, fans, but you're wrong if you contradict what he just said. Also, Matt Forte, those comments, whatever. Hey, Ricky, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Oswald
Packer?
Wait a minute. Time out. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Water. What are you waiting for? End the show already. My name is Mike Rankin. Make sure to become a Patreon so we can entertain you more.
But who was Oswald?
Oswald, my gum, but I'm not chewing gum, so.
Oh, okay.
Well, hey, Twitter is in the description. I'm Rankin906. He's at Ricky Widmer. Also, like I said.
Don't forget that Patreon.
Hey, patreon.com/Most Valuable Podcast. We will entertain you even more so than we did today if you become a Patreon.
Your July podcast with Sean and Brandon.
Oh, thank you very much.
Magnifique.
Yeah, it was pretty good, I think. I think we had a good time doing it.
And the sample's now up on the YouTube, so you
very
can
cool. Check it out. And if you like it, you should donate. Hey, any other shout-outs? Shout-out to my mom.
Skull Vikings.
God bless it. How did I let that happen on this show?
That's my shout out.
All right, let's end this show. My name is Mike Rankin for Ricky Widmer.
What's up? What's up?
This is Behind the Pen. Bye-bye. And we will see you all next time.
Thank you for listening to this MVP podcast. Follow us on Twitter @MostValuablePod for more great podcasts.